I'm going to try to do this without falling. I haven't taken too much video in here because when you're moving, you really need to have both of your trekking poles in action to keep your balance. But I'm going to try to capture what some of this is like here on day 84, January the 17th, 2021. Relatively cool day in Big Cypress. It was 46 degrees when we woke up this morning, going up to a high of 66. You just don't think of this part of Florida ever getting this cold. But it is cool this morning, and this water is very chilly. We've been at it for probably an hour this morning. We took a brief stop after about 35 or 40 minutes because it was one of the few places we'll be able to rest today, other than to just stand in water and rest. So we're going to try to do about 3.5 miles right now before we take our next break, which will be where there is a dry place to take off the backpack and relax for a minute. We have to make a mile an hour today to get to a campsite. We have motivation. This is supposed to be the toughest part of Big Cypress. And it's supposed to get easier after we complete our first 6 miles today, of which we've completed probably one of so far. I'm just doing this now because I know I won't feel like doing this later. I'd rather do this with 2 hiking poles in one hand right now while I'm relatively fresh than do it toward the end of the day where I suspect I may not be able to balance quite as well. It is beautiful. You don't really think of the Everglades or a Big Cypress swamp. I don't know really what I was thinking. I thought maybe it would be more jungly. It's really not. It's cypress trees and bromeliads and water and grass and whatever's down. I'll show you before I kick up the silt. I wish I was kicking up silk. Probably be easier to walk in. This is what I'm walking in. And it doesn't quite come up knee deep. Most of the time it's probably just over the ankle. I've seen pictures of people doing this or video of people doing this, and this isn't as bad as I've seen. It actually helps to have a little bit of water, I understand, because the mud can get quite mucky when there's no water on top of it. So I guess we have to be thankful for little things like that. I'm going to sign off now. I think I have pushed my luck as much as I need to. And need to get back to concentrating on exactly what we're doing. There's Deb gingerly walking through Big Cypress. Not sure why anybody ever thought this was a good idea. A cool little place right here. And this is tough hiking right here. I don't even know if you can call this hiking. We're approaching the Black Lagoon, which is considered the heart of Big Cypress, unless I'm mistaken and I read it wrong. Maybe we're just approaching the heart of the Black Lagoon, and it has nothing to do with the heart of the Big Cypress. Kind of a cool little tree with bromeliads in it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. I almost slipped right back there. I'm stupid, number one, for being here in the first place, but I'm really stupid considering I just about fell, 100 yards back to be videoing, instead of using both poles and making sure I keep my balance. I don't know if you could see them, but these little plants underneath. There might be too much reflection going on. Anyway, and here we are, now officially in the Black Lagoon. So far it's not as deep as we expected it to be, and we're not complaining. A little overcast today. Here's these plants. You can see them pretty well now. The sun's gone away a little bit. There's a little bit of current as this seems to be flowing south. Now, I'll have to say, right in this moment, while I'm not happy to be walking in this stuff, especially not when I'm doing this instead of using two trekking poles, but this is pretty right here. I'll give it its due. This is the prettiest thing I think we've seen on the Florida Trail. I'm not sure Deb agrees.
Did you say this is the prettiest thing we've seen?
I know, I think it is. I think the most interesting, at least. I mean, it's kind of creepy, but it's beautiful too. We're over 8 miles of going through this water, and this is the prettiest thing we've seen so far. And here's the Everglades I expected, or Big Cypress, whatever we're in. I'm gonna find out that Big Cypress is just a part of the Everglades. And shouldn't I know this? I'm from Florida. I'm just telling you, people from Florida don't spend a whole lot of time here. I don't know why.